Hey everyone, it's Emily, and today we are building a different house type thing. It's a townhouse. I don't build very many of these. I don't know if I've ever built a townhouse, like just a single townhouse type thing. I know that I furnished a townhouse that Devin Bumpkin made a while back. It was like a townhouse trio, and he furnished one of them and left the other two unfurnished, and I furnished one of the other ones that was empty, but I don't think that I've ever built a townhouse, so this is something a little bit different. I hope you guys like it. I really like how it turned out, but I built this for my Mint Sim because, in case you didn't know, I have started the Not So Berry Challenge again. So I'm not sure if this is going to go up before or after the current household is posted. I think it's going to go up after, so stay tuned, or look on the channel if you haven't seen it yet, because if you want to stay updated on the family, I think I'm going to be posting weekly or bi-weekly current household updates. It just depends on how much time I have to play. I'm shooting for weekly, but in the event that I have a super busy week school-wise and just don't have time to play the family very much and haven't made much progress, I'll probably just hold off until the next week, so you can expect those every week or every other week. Not sure exactly what day yet, but I'm figuring all that out, and hopefully by the second or third update we will have like a solid day that you can expect those, in case you're interested or are looking forward to that. But I'm doing the Not So Berry Challenge a little bit differently because I have played it before. I finished it. I did a whole current household series on it when I did it that time, and I had a lot of fun with it, so I kind of want to do a similar thing, but I'm going to try to mix up the generations. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this for every generation, but at least for the first generation, the scientist career, since it's an active career, I really do like it, and I want to try to fit it in another time, but because I have already completed it, and I have another career in the game that I have not even looked into at all yet, I wanted to mess around with that, and that career is the new gardener career that came with what's it called? Seasons. What's it called? Look at me. The most recent pack. Yeah, that's the one. The one that, you know, little pack, just seasons, no big deal. But anyway, yeah, that career came with seasons, and I haven't played with it at all, so I really wanted to incorporate that into this family, because this is kind of the only family that I'm playing just for me, and the other two households that I'm playing are both over on Twitch, and one of them is the 100 Baby Challenge. You're not allowed to have a career with that, and then there is also the Family Dynamics Challenge, which is similar to Not So Berry in the sense that each generation has a different set of rules and like careers that go with it, and because that is the first time I'm playing through that challenge, I'm going to stick to those rules. So over there, I think that, yeah, the challenge was definitely created before Seasons came out, so the gardener career was not an option at the time, so no gardener career in that challenge, and I thought that, especially because the gardener career has a botanist branch, I thought that worked well as replacing the scientist career. And there are some other careers that I think I'm gonna want to swap out for other ones. Like, I was just thinking earlier, oh gosh, what was it? Oh yeah, the floral arranging branch of the gardener career. I think I want to do that in another generation, because I know the pink generation has a thing where you're in the business career for a while, but then you quit to become a writer. But I don't know if you ever joined the writer career, but I know that the sim has to be a writer. I can't remember exactly how that one panned out. I think she was just a stay-at-home mom, and she wrote books as well. She made so much money, though, from all of her royalties. But I think that I'm gonna do that as you're in the business career, but then you realize your passion is like floral arranging. And just like something more artistic than business. So I think that that still kind of fits nicely in that generation, and I really want to play around with the floral arranging table and skill and everything, because yeah, I haven't checked that out yet, so I'm gonna pop that in another generation. And yeah, I'm just gonna see which things I can swap out for other things that I've kind of already done or don't feel like they're my favorite to do, even though I really did like the writer one. But yeah, I've done that before, so I want to try new things. So this is kind of going to be like a modified Not So Berry challenge. But anyway, since we have a gardener sim, I made sure to give her a nice side yard for plants and stuff. I don't show the whole like furnishing of it right now. You can see that there's like a table and there's kind of like a sandbox that you can kind of see, but all of that goes away, so I just cut it out for the sake of timeliness, and we'll go back later and actually properly get rid of that stuff and do the whole side yard, because I just really wasn't feeling it and I didn't know what my vision was for it, so I just left it and thought I'd move on to the inside of the house. But if you are not familiar with the Not So Berry challenge, the sim for the mint generation is, I think, jealous, materialistic, and a vegetarian. So because of the materialistic trait, that's the one that I took into the most consideration when I was doing the house, and then the fact that she's a gardener, so she has her big garden in the side yard, and then she also has a greenhouse type thing on the inside, and that's off of the little mudroom type of thing where you can go to the side yard from like off the kitchen. You can kind of see it to the left right now, but that's over there, and we'll get to that after the kitchen, I think. And I wanted to use lots of nice appliances and furniture and stuff, and I did kind of have a budget for this. I think it ends up being around 60,000 simoleons, which was more than I intended, but I started running out of money when I got to the upstairs of the house, and I thought it was worth it to just go for it, go all out, because her first apartment is around 30,000 simoleons, and she's made about 30,000 simoleons right now, so she'll be able to move into this house pretty soon, I believe, and that's great because her apartment right now is technically it's like a 2-bed, 1-bath, but one of the bedrooms is an office, and I don't really want to get rid of the office because I don't know where I'm going to put her office stuff, and I spent a lot of time on it, and it's really cute. If you want to see what that looks like, definitely check out the current household update because I do a little tour of that, and I built it on stream, so there's no speed build, but that was a thing that I built in public. I don't know what I'm saying. But anyway, yeah, that's there if you want to check it out through that household update. So anyway, I've just been having a lot of fun with the sim, and I really wanted to make her first house. I don't know how long we'll end up staying here because I do imagine that she's going to have more kids at some point, but her first kid was kind of like a not quite planned kiddo, so now she's looking at her first house a little bit sooner than she anticipated, but she does have some money saved up, even though the gardener career really does not pay much per hour, at least at the stage that I'm at. I think she's at least at level 4 in it, and she's making like $28 an hour, which I think is a little ridiculous. I'm not sure though, maybe it'll get better, who knows. Anyway, we are going to be moving into this house soon because it has a fully furnished kids' bedroom, and then it has a small little office thing. I wouldn't say that it would count as a 3rd bedroom by any means, but it's there. It exists. And I really liked this swatch of those Seasons couches because I didn't even notice that that was a mint swatch. It's a darker mint, obviously. It's not like the light mint that a lot of people tend to go for Not So Berry stuff. But I think that it looks really nice and works well, and I think that it fits this sim. My first playthrough of Not So Berry, my mint sim was a lot lighter and brighter, and this sim is not quite like that, and I think my other mint sim just looked a lot more put together right off the bat, whereas this sim is still kind of like figuring her life out. But that is what makes it a little bit more fun to play through again, because if I just did the exact same thing I did last time, I'd probably get bored super fast, and I wouldn't finish the challenge, and I want to finish it for the second time. And I think that I'm going to be maybe alternating genders every generation instead of last time I had all female heirs, so I think I might do female and then the next generation's male, and you know what alternating means. But anyway, that's kind of my plan at the moment. We'll see. It might just end up being sporadic if I have a sim that I really, really, really want to be the heir. But who knows, anything could happen. So that's why you need to stay tuned for the current household updates. Also, I'm going to be trying to do 3 videos a week. At the moment, I've only been doing 2. I think I'm going to start doing the current household in addition to the 2 builds, so that'll be 3 videos a week. I would like to get back to doing 4 videos a week, but I'm just going to have to play around with my schedule. I did this whole thing yesterday where I took all the hours in a week, like I figured out how many hours there are in a week, then I took out the hours that I plan on sleeping, which ideally I would like to sleep 7 hours a night. It does not always happen, and honestly I should probably be getting 8 hours of sleep for my age and stuff, but that's just not gonna happen. I'm lucky if I get 6 hours of sleep, if I'm being honest. It's usually 5 hours and something minutes, which is not the best, but we're trying to make progress. So I took out like 7 hours and then for sleep every night, and then I had like X number of awake hours for the week, and then I took out the hours that I spend in class, and I just kind of went through all of the major time consuming things that I have every week, and I just kind of factored them in and then went backwards and like subtracted them from how many awake hours I have. It was a whole thing. I did it in class too. Well, actually no, I started doing it. One of my professors was running late yesterday, so he sent out this little update to the class that he was running late, but he was on the way. So I took that time and I did this whole thing, and I was still kind of doing it when he got there, but I mean, whatever, it's fine. I paid attention the whole rest of class. It was an interesting lecture, actually, because we were learning about fonts and typefaces and stuff, and I think that that type of thing is cool. So I actually paid a lot of attention, and I took more notes than I usually do in that class, because it's a design class, so sometimes it's just kind of concepts that I either already know or don't feel like I need to take notes on to remember. But this one was kind of cool, and I spent a lot of time in my notes going through and I was gonna say color coding, but that's not the right word. I guess like font coding. So if I was taking notes on a certain type of font and he gave an example of that type of font, I would use that example as like the font for my notes, because I take all my notes on my laptop. So that is kind of cool. So when I go back and look at those notes, they're all in different fonts, like the different chunks of the notes. I don't know, it looks kind of silly, but I think it'll help me in the long run if I go back and try to reference that information. Then I'll be like, oh yeah, that's what this type of font means, or that's what this category of font means, because I have a little example of it just built into my notes. Anyway, random aside, but before he got there, when I was doing my little schedule thing, I realized how little free time I allow myself. Now, granted, I did factor in time for if I took like an average of how long it takes me to make like one YouTube video, or not just how long it takes me to make one, but how long I would want to put in for the video to be like the best quality I could ask for from myself. So I took that into consideration, and like how many videos I would need to be making, and like how much time total that would be per week. So I think next week I'm gonna try and schedule in. Well, I also, see, here's the thing. I did, technically, what they tell you is for every credit hour that you're taking in college, I don't know if they say this in other countries, but at least in the US, like I've always heard this advice, you're supposed to spend 3 hours outside of class working on that class to, you know, fully learn the material, or fully understand, or to get an A in the class, whatever. So that's all well and good, but some of my classes, like, we're just not gonna have anything to do that week outside of class, and I could probably do something, but it wouldn't be the most efficient use of my time just because of the type of class it is. And like one of my classes is very discussion based, and we're reading Jane Eyre right now, and in a few weeks we're gonna be reading Dracula, and then we'll be reading like another novel. So I just get the audiobook and listen to it while I'm doing other things. So that class doesn't really take any time. But when I did this whole time thing, I still factored it in that way, just in the event that I had a terrible, terrible week where every class had some major assignment due and I needed like at least 3 hours to work on each class. Because, oh, that would be so rough. But when I was thinking about next week, this morning, I was kind of like, okay, what do I have that's coming up next week that I'm gonna have to get done, that I might want to start on the weekend, so that when I get back, you know, I'm in a good place. Because I do leave most weekends. I go to my boyfriend's house, and obviously most of my like YouTube stuff, well, all of my YouTube stuff I do on my PC, which stays in my apartment. It's not like I bring it with me. If I were working on my laptop, it would be one thing because then I could work on YouTube stuff at his place, but I can't really do that. So I kind of have to factor in my YouTube time to the weekdays, which I think is why it's so hard for me and why I've been having such a hard time getting my schedule down and figuring things out and like finding time to actually make videos, just because it has to be like during the week in between classes and things. And I stream 2 days a week, which I would also like to hopefully get to 3 days a week, but no promises on that as of yet. I have a plan because I'm actually getting close to 1,000 followers on Twitch. I don't usually talk about numbers very much because that's not something that I think is all that important, but getting the first 1,000 of anything is like a decently big deal in my mind, and I have something kind of special planned for Twitch when that happens. So if you're not following me on Twitch and you want to be notified when I go live and all of that fun stuff, pop into the stream, say hi. Right now we're focusing a lot on the Family Dynamics Challenge just because I'm having so much fun with that family, and I'm really looking into the teenagers because all of the kids in the second generation are now teens. So I really I said really way too many times there. I'm not that, well, I'm excited, but like that was a lot. Anyway, I'm looking forward to kind of fleshing out their personalities more and giving them some more things to do in their lives and like maybe throwing in some drama, who knows, but we'll probably be playing that a lot next week. So yeah, make sure to give me a follow on Twitch if you haven't already, just so you know when I'm live. And if you're ever curious, for the month of September, September 2018, if you're watching this way in the future, this is not relevant to you, and you should probably just follow me so you know when I'm live. But for the month of September, I am going to be streaming Mondays and Wednesdays at 5:25 p.m. Eastern Time. That's kind of my schedule for the foreseeable future, but for September, 100% that's the schedule. It's been working out really well so far, so I'm happy with that because my schedule before was not working out for me the best, but this week has been really awesome. And let me know how your week has been going. I'm not sure what day this video is going to go up. It might go up, I don't want to make any promises, but yeah, just let me know how you're doing today, this week, what's going on, because this past week, I'm recording this on a Friday, it's September 14th for me, and I have had a fantastic week. I'm kind of considering this like week 1 of my productivity because I decided to start waking up earlier kind of at the beginning of September. Me and my mods for Twitch are doing this whole like sunrise September thing. I think I mentioned it before, but we're all trying to wake up earlier. So I have gotten up at 6 a.m. every day this week, and I have actually done my full morning routine that I came up with for myself, like my ideal morning. I have done it every day this week, and I've been going to the gym, I've been getting stuff done, I've been on top of all my school assignments, and I have been on top of video stuff, and the streams were good. Like, it was just overall a really good week. So I'm really pleased with that, and I hope that you guys have had great weeks / days / Septembers so far too. September is an okay month. I want it to be fall. I feel like everyone is just already in the mood for fall, and this happens every year. I feel like fall is just a universally loved season, and I'm excited for it to get cooler so that I can wear leggings and sweaters and other things and scarves. Oh my god, the scarves. I was talking about this last night with my mods, but well, I don't know if all of us love scarves, but me and Jenny love scarves. And I'm excited for scarf season. Are you excited for scarf season? Are you a scarf person? Let me know. Also, if you've ever played the Not So Berry Challenge, I would love to know how far you are into it, if you're still playing it, and especially if you've completed it. I would love to hear about that, because I feel like not very many people have completed it, or not very many people who play it on the internet have completed it. So I think I only know one other person other than me who has finished it. So that's just a little fun fact that you can give me in the comments. I don't know what I'm saying, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure to subscribe if you're not already. I like to do house building videos 1 to 2 times a week, so if you liked this, you might like some other ones that I've done. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching. Bye!